So I'm getting the bike back together pretty quickly. A couple things that I wanted to point out as I put it back together at this stage. On the rear swing arm, I decided to get an extended, it's a 2-inch extended swing arm that's aluminum and has a slightly more aggressive look. The reason that I wanted to change the swing arm actually was because the stock one that I had originally had a broken off bolt here for one of the rear pegs, and the idea was that this is going to be a fun bike to pop around the neighborhood in, and having my daughter on the back would be cool. So wanted to have that available, and it looked like it was going to be pretty difficult to drill out the broken one. And as far as getting it powder coated, I was considering it, but I thought that it overall looked good with all the other shiny parts on the back of the bike. So I'm going to leave it naked aluminum for now. So that's together. I need to start putting together the brake assembly. I did get the new kickstand on. This kickstand is slightly longer than the stock one to get over the edges of the Life in 125 motor. It wasn't quite long enough though, so what I had to do, and I'll show you here, is I put 1/4-inch spacers that I got at Ace Hardware. Let's see if it'll focus. These 1/4-inch spacers and on all 4 mounting points. Hopefully that's focusing. It's hard to see on this screen. But I have these 1/4-inch spacers on all 4 mounting points that brought it down about 1/4 of an inch. And what that did is it gave me clearance right here between the edge of the arm and the edge of the motor. I have probably 1/8 of an inch clearance now, but that's all that I need. There's no moving parts in between it, so any clearance should be enough. In addition to having the regular kickstand on the left side there, it's currently retracted. It has the double kickstand that actually brings the bike off the ground and keeps the rear wheel slightly suspended. Since I'm not going to be riding this bike honestly very often, it's nice if I can have it completely upright and put it in the corner of a garage when I'm not using it, instead of having it leaning like other bikes and taking up a little more space just because it's at the angle. So steps from here, I need to start running the electrical harness, the key ignition, some of the other internal stuff before I can put on the seat and really start building out the rest of the bike. I need to get this brake assembly all assembled. And then on this side, I need to get the chain in. I'm actually going to change the front sprocket. I'd bought a new one, but it was for the Honda motor, which doesn't fit the Life in motor. So be cognizant of that. I've got the new Life in sized sprocket that I need to now throw on there. I think it's 1735 that I'm running. I'll confirm that. And then the rest are going to be just odds and ends. I think once the bulk of it's together, I'll start riding it around and testing it out. And then small things like the helmet mount, which I still need to clean up, needs to get put on. I do have the taillight bracket, and I have a new reproduction taillight that looks really good that I'll be popping on. In the end, I don't think there's going to be a single part on this bike that doesn't look new. Quite a bit of it actually is new, but a lot of it is refurbished. Most of the bolts are original. The wheels that we did in the other video look almost new, but are 43 years old like the frame. Other odds and ends, came from the original bike, but quite a bit of new parts. The frame though itself is the original piece. The other thing that I need to remount is the Vin Plate here. We took it off for the powder coating. I've got it, and I've got a couple of the screws that go here. They're actually called screw nails that act like rivets so that they only go in one way. I actually bought a 10-pack, so I should have 8 of them left. I'll put a link in the description if anybody needs any. If you send me just the postage, I'm happy to put them in the mail your way. So more to come, but I'm really happy with the way that this bike is shaping up. I put a little more money and effort into it than I thought that I would, but in the end, I'm going to be pretty happy with the way it turns out.